The Palworld developers are amazing. They don't just drop a major content update and then go, alright, see you guys in 4 to 6 months. They keep making the game better nonstop, and then you just get a random update with big changes. Oh, by the way, harder version of the Moonlord raid. Because, yeah, it's kind of a joke where it's level 45 or level 50 content, so you outscale that pretty quickly. Nope, now we have a big challenge just added into the game. Then there's, like, balance changes and updates and quality of life. Crazy stuff happens, so that's what we're going to be breaking down. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and comment your thoughts down below. So here's an incredible change. Sending an overpowered PAL team on an expedition no longer reduces the expedition time, instead increases the quantity of the rewards. This is great, because, like, cool, you want your items in 9 minutes, but then it gets really tiring where it's like, oh, I have to go to all my bases, and every 9 minutes I have to resend out the expedition, instead of just sending multiple 30-minute expeditions, getting a chance to breathe, and then coming back to just a flood of items. So, quality of life, just like, oh, that's a significant change that people need to know about. Now, I'm kind of mixed on this change. Summon pals no longer deal damage when bumping into neutral, non-hostile pals. So it doesn't really affect the game, but it was fun just running over like a herd of land ball. But it didn't really do too much, unless like maybe there was something where, oh, you have a Ring of Mercy, you run them over, catch, catch, catch. I don't think anything major has been lost from the game, but it did have that wacky feel from like the first couple of trailers where it was just an insane game. So that's a thing, or no longer a thing anymore. Summon pals are returned to the player upon player death. This is a big change because it's really annoying when you get KO'd and then your pal is just sitting there, and while you're waiting for the respawn, it gets KO'd. Oh, my mount is fainted. Now I can't run back and get all my stuff. So that's really nice quality of life right there, to just not have random pals get KO'd for no reason. Enemies will no longer respawn when their bases are cleared. Enemy-built bases, not static camps. That's just convenient. Death markers on the map will now be displayed above base icons. That helps for clarity. The amount of fish shadows at a fishing spot will now persist even if the player leaves. Fishing is pretty OP, so I'm wondering if it was just people were catching too much fish. We're like, okay, you catch all 4 things there, you fly away, you come back, and then the 4 immediately respawn, and there needs to be more of like a timer or a cooldown to it. Additional fishing spots have been added around the world. That's nice, because there's just some like patches where you don't find anything to catch, even if you want to go for a species there. Adjusted UI messaging for when the player can't afford to buy pals from NPCs. Neat. Adjusted interaction logic for opening and closing cages in enemy bases, which sometimes is unresponsive depending on the camera angle. Adjusted the building restriction radius around the expedition station. Nice. So now you don't just have this huge chunk locked out of your base. Items bought from the flea market can no longer exceed 1 stack per purchase, and fix the behavior of the homing sphere launcher. And then we have balance adjustments. Fixed an issue where the partner skill Trigger Happy had unintendedly high power, so that was bugged. Increase the drop rate of legendary blueprints from the chest at the end of the Terraria dungeon. There we go, because those legendary weapons are OP, worth farming, and yeah, sure, you get the uncommon and rare and you can craft it up, but I didn't really see any cases of like anyone getting the legendary, no matter how much they farmed. Adjusted the selling price of the Terraria monsters. I don't know if they were worth too much or too little, or if anyone was trying to sell them for anything, but cool. Added heat resistance level 1, cold resistance level 1 to the hallowed plate mail. So if you're actually like using it, maybe you get a higher tier schematic or blueprint and it's just like really easy to craft and you don't have to spend a lot of resources on it. Could be good. I don't remember how the armor values interact, but yeah, hallowed bars just being the resource for Terraria. The Terraria dungeon, so nice. And then this is just, yeah, you can be wearing it around and you don't have to worry about weather as much. Adjusted the breeding results when using Eye of Cthulhu. I haven't looked into the breeding tables, but okay. Changed the raid boss reward logic so players can receive rewards even if they didn't deal direct damage to the boss. So I'm guessing there might have been an issue where people just like dump all their pals into their base and then they don't get any credit for the raid if it's all pal damage. Okay. Increase the drop quantity of ancient civilization parts from certain alpha pals. Quality of life. Increase the amount of overheat rifle ammo from 5 to 10. There we go. The overheat rifle, or just like any of the Coralum stuff, man, you really don't get enough for the craft. And especially on something like the rifle, which is a rifle, and you burn through the ammo so quick. So doubling that, pretty crazy. Increase the swimming speed for some pals. Viability is nice. Adjusted map placement of certain mission NPCs so they can be accessed by players at more appropriate levels. Nice. So yeah, we already have some really cool changes here, and then no immediate balance changes for the Terra Prisma. Alright, I guess they want to keep like an easy mode thing in the game. The Mimic tier of Palworld is just the Terra Prisma. Major bug fixes. Fix an issue where mission progress was lost or wouldn't progress. Good. I don't think I've experienced anything like that. Fix an issue where pals and dimensional storage would disappear. That's a yikes. Upon dying inside the Terraria dungeon, now the items and pals are going to be at the front of dungeon entrance. Really good. Just get all of your stuff back. And then lots and lots of bug fixes. And some of these bug fixes are pretty noteworthy. Fix an issue in the Moonlord raid where pals would continue to attack already destroyed body parts. Fix a bug where defeating the Moonlord would unlock the wrong achievement. I got that one where it's just like beat Moonlord, get Xenolord achievement. Okay. This sounds hilarious. Fixed a bug where Erbil's partner skill during a tower boss battle could cause the player to get trapped inside, and there was also a soft lock. Yes, good thing that's fixed. Then a lot of small stuff, fix inconsistencies in NPC dialogue, fix a bug where detailed info for own pals was not being displayed in the pal delivery mission UI, localization bugs, sound effect bugs, but we also have some fishing bugs as well. Fix bug where a fishing minigame would start with a smaller capture gauge under certain conditions. Fixed a bug with the fishing pond that was not correctly reducing the fishing time with certain work suitability items. I don't know exactly what that was. I thought the fishing pond was like always the same. Does this mean like a 4 handiwork is going to be able to fish like much faster? Because I thought it was just the flat amount of time or whatever. I don't know, something happened. Fixed a bug that prevented Jelliet and Gelroy partner skills from activating. Fixed a bug where items dropped underwater wouldn't float on the surface. That's not good. Certain NPC visitors to the base could be captured repeatedly for infinite rewards. Dang, that's pretty significant. Frost Plume behavior, so partner skill doesn't activate in the arena if they aren't the primary opponent. And then Mercy will no longer apply inside the arena. That's pretty good as well. Spawn location discrepancies. Maybe that's helpful, where like there's just more pals, or like it's not as hard to get certain ones. Partner skill icons, sorting order, and then various other minor bug fixes. So there we go, random Palworld update, and the game only gets better. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.